morning everyone, welcome back to Nuremberg. I have finished my holiday. Thank you to everyone that watched the videos. I'm joined here with Bruno this morning.
Hello, good morning people. How you doing?
Mr. Tuge caught himself, Portuguese Pappy, go follow him. And today is a very special day because with a few thanks to Robert, DJI and things like that, we have got a Osmo Pocket. I've got one, Bruno has one.
Yeah, and I absolutely adore it.
He loves it.
Amazing.
I've not yet had a chance to use it yet, so right now I'm going to open the box, see what it's about, and yeah, we're going to be using this camera from now on because it has a 3-axis gimbal, which is mega. So yeah, let's do a quick little unboxing. Okay, so here we are, Osmo Pocket. Is there any way of getting in this, Bruno? You got any tips or?
Yeah, I'll give you a tip. Here. This works. Oh.
Scissors.
Oh! If it's not Misha to see himself.
Oh, hello.
We're just unboxing the Osmo Pocket.
What's that?
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Do you have a tripod for me?
I do.
Later.
I do have one.
Cool.
So, shrink wrapper is off. I've not got any DJI products yet, so it's going to be interesting. So, you obviously get the camera, which we'll look at in a second. We have, don't eat this will kill you. We have, I guess these are like little wires and stuff, right? So we have a USB-C. This will be needed for sure. Again, oh yes, you can eat that. That'll be okay to eat. Little chargers.
Where's the thing itself?
It's here. We're gonna get on to the best bit. Instruction book. No one reads that.
You know, there's sometimes like hidden Easter eggs
For people that read it.
Yeah, they say like if you can prove that you read it, like or if you like make a picture of this, we can send you like I don't know something special. Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I heard Bulgaria has something
This is
special
cool,
in
I
their
didn't-
systems as well.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that it came in a little case. That's one of the things I was quite concerned about. So, there we go.
Remove it for flight or what?
Moving full flight, it's tiny. So, yeah, that's just my pocket.
Perfect.
Simple, small, light.
And this is now filmed on,
The iPhone 10.
and now it's filmed on the Osmo.
DJI Osmo Pocket. What a device. So those were just a few clips I got last night in TF. It was like an unusual, like quiet TF, so if you managed to drive yesterday, congratulations, because that was awesome. The reason I decided to show you those clips there in particular is because they were just the first 8 or so clips that I fired off on the device. Full automatic mode, just, you know, run and gun, just to see exactly what you could do out of the box. And I have to say, with a little bit of, you know, post-production in Premiere and some stuff like warp stabilization and you know, color correction and things like that, I'm very, very, very impressed. I'm just out here now using the camera, using the face tracking mode, which, as you can see, I just have to turn the camera and it locks onto my head, which is makes it so much easier. You don't have to worry about being in frame or being in focus. And I thought today I'm just going to take the camera out and see how it works in everyday use. Today's my day off, so when I've got a bit of free time I'll do a number of things. I'll probably go down to Adenauer, get some lunch, go check out the track, go see what's out and about, and yeah. Also, this will be a good test to see how it performs in wind, because it is a bit windy today, so apologies if the audio is not great. Usually when we tested it inside yesterday the audio was very good, so we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, I just thought I would take the camera out today, just see how it works, you know, just give it a bit of a go, because I've not really tested it yet. And yeah, maybe try a few hyperlapses, try a bit of cinematic video. I'm just going to use the camera as I would use it to do these videos, because there's a number of things you might notice. For example, if I talk about the specs of the camera, this camera works and shoots in 4K 60. And as you're watching this video now, you'll notice that this isn't actually 4K 60. This will be 1080p. So yeah, let me explain why this video isn't 4K right now. 2 reasons. Reason number one. First reason is because it's a lot easier for me to edit in 1080p. It's a lot quicker. I find it a lot easier. It's just, for me, my style of editing, I like to edit quickly. Like, these videos that you watch take me no longer than an hour to edit each, and I like to keep it quick and concise. I think it makes it funnier, and it's just all around a better, more enjoyable thing for me to do. And if I don't enjoy making these videos, then it's not fun for anyone, is it? So that's the first reason. Second reason is because it gives me much more flexibility when I'm editing video. So let me tell you why. I'm shooting this footage right now. This is 4K 60 that I'm shooting now, but when you watch it on YouTube, you'll see that it's 1080. The reason for that is because I edit on a 1080p 24 frames per second timeline, but I use 4K 60 footage. Now let me tell you why that's important, because that means that the footage that I'm shooting here is larger than it needs to be for the final edit, which means that I effectively get a 2 times optical zoom on the footage. So as you can see now, I'm shooting this is full screen, but if I click my fingers now, you'll see I'm a lot closer. So that means that when I'm filming on something like this which doesn't have an optical zoom, it means I can zoom in further and I can just have more flexibility and have more diversity to the footage, and it just makes it more interesting in general, in my opinion. It also means that I can slow down from 60 frames a second to 24, which is obviously over half the speed, which means I get this really silky smooth slow motion, which I'll show you some examples of when I'm going to do some little bit of B-roll today. That is the kind of introduction to the camera. First impressions are amazing. Like I say, I'm going to take it out today and see what I can get with the camera. Going to play around with some of the features. Going to go down to the bakery and get some food, I think. Going to go and do some shopping. So I'm just going to take you guys along for the day with this camera and just see how we get on. The videos I like to make are quite cinematic, so I think this camera's going to suit my style of video pretty well. And like I say, the face tracker thing seems to be working pretty nicely right now. So yeah, let's see what we can get on with. Here we are at the boulevard. Just parked up, been kicked off already from the first spot. But I'm going to try a few hyperlapses because that's one of the features that should work really well with this camera due to its tracking abilities. So we're going to hit up the boulevard, do a few shots, see how they turn out. So I'll insert this to the video now. I feel like that went really well. I'm going to check this out obviously when I get back onto the laptop, but just judging by what I can see on the phone, it's really, really good. So I attached the Osmo to the phone for that, so I've got more control over what it's connected to. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed with this camera, guys. Like, it's actually kind of funny. Like, yesterday after I went home and edited the first clips you saw, I called my dad back at home. Obviously you guys know he's massively into cameras as well. And I was like, Dad, you just need to sell all the cameras you have and buy one of these because it's awesome. And I've got to say now that I'm not getting sponsored to say this. I'm just telling you about products that I think is really cool. And yeah, we got a good deal with DJI, but as you guys know, I've got quite a few DJI products. This isn't my first one, so yeah, I've got a Ronin, I've got 2 Mavics, I've had a Phantom before, so I'm a big fan of the brand, so maybe I'm a little bit biased in that sense, but I just like what works, and for me this really works well. So I'm gonna go down to Adnow now, make some video down there, see what's on track, and then grab a bit of lunch as well. So, €40 down, a bit of shopping, and I just recorded all that without looking at the screen at all, so you guys will have to let me know how that was. It's kind of interesting using a camera like that in an area where, you know, it's still not super comfortable for me to film inside public spaces like that. This camera is obviously a lot smaller than the phone. People don't know what it is, which helps, a bit more inconspicuous, and you get less people looking at you. So, food, you can pack all this food into the car, drive home, and then I'm going to check out the footage that we shot just now and also this morning to see how it turned out. Okay, so a few hours later, just been editing the video that we just shot this morning. Footage looks really good, footage looks really smooth. One thing that you guys might need to keep in mind if you're using this camera, if you get one yourself, is you need to make proxy media, because it's way too intensive on my processor. It can't handle it. So I've just left it making some proxy media now. Gonna get in the car, gonna go down to Brunchen and check out some of the cars and film some stuff in 60 frames and slow it down like I talked about earlier for you guys to see how that works. So who knows, maybe we'll see the Apex taxi as well. So let's get down there. So that concludes day one of the DJI Pocket Osmo, and I think you guys already know what I think of this camera. I think it's very, very, very good. I'm super happy that I get to use it, and I'm gonna use it from now on. I'm very, very excited to see what I can create with it. So what have we learned? The camera is a lot of fun to use, very intuitive, the quality is amazing. I would recommend, obviously, like I said, using proxy media when editing 4K video on this thing. Just make it a bit easier for you guys to render out and work with. Will it replace the Sony? No, it won't replace the Sony, just because, you know, you are limited by the lens on this, and I'd imagine in low light this camera probably doesn't do so well due to the sensor size. However, I'd say for 70 to 80% of the stuff that you want to do, and for you guys, if you want to do not less professional stuff, but I mean you just want to go on holiday and take some snaps, or want to do a little bit of vlogging like this, or, you know, even if you want to get into photography and get into cinematography, the DJI Osmo is absolutely amazing. You know, to have a 3-axis gimbal in your pocket at any time ready to go is to be honest all you really need. Like, it's more than you need. So it comes very highly recommended for myself. You know, Bruno loves it as well. I'm sure when Misha goes about using it as well, he's also going to love it. So yeah, that's my first thoughts and my first look on the DJI Osmo. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, if you got any questions, anything like that, write them down in the comment section below, leave a like, hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Cheers.